Here's one that I heard today, folks, that shocked me and upset me in equal measure. But to be honest with you, I'm not so sure I'm in a position to be shocked or upset either way, really. But it just did. I don't really left a bit of a bad taste. Don't know if you remember it. Adam, is it Swellings or Swallings? You might remember the name, you might not. He's the ringleader, they say, of 3 or 4 boys. I think it was the 3 of them that beat to death Garry Newlove. I remember it like it was only yesterday because it was in Warrington, which is where I come from. Beat him to death pretty bad. When I say beat him to death, they really kicked him to death. Kicked, stomped the whole shooting match. At his home in, I think it's Padgate in Warrington there. Now, Adam, they say, was the ringleader. I think he was 19 at the time. I think he was from Crewe, I think. Although it all happened in Warrington. And I think he got the longest jail term in the end. He's got out, I think, over the last couple of days. He was due for parole, I think, December time. And I think his parole was granted. I think he's only just got out. And I was disappointed he was out. You know, if you don't know who Garry Newlove is, he was the husband of what is now Baroness Newlove. She was Helen Newlove then. She's now in the house there trying to do things on behalf of those that are beaten and hurt and raped and murdered and whatever else. She's gone on a personal crusade after the tragedy that befell her husband. And she's doing a good job too, from what I can see. I'm just disappointed the young lad is out. Then again, he's not a young lad anymore. I mean, he's 34. I think when they killed Garry, what was he? Was he 45, I think? Was he? Well, I wrote it somewhere. 47 he was. No, in fact, I think he's 36 at Swellings. So only 11 years younger than the fellow that he killed. Yes, he's lost his freedom. You know, he's not had a girlfriend. He's not brought up any kids or whatever else. He's missed out on all of that. He could still do both if he's changed. And you've got to hope that if he does have kids, as to what they'll be like. I hope they're not like himself. He's saying it at the time he did what he did because, you know, it was all bravado and he felt you had to show how physically hard, strong, mean you were. He was on drink, he was on drugs, and he believes he's remorseful and he's going to take a different path now. We can only hope so. Then again, you often hear of these children that were getting out early and then offending the game one way or another. He's on a licence. I think he's on a licence for the rest of his life. I hope if he is still a bad un, and you'd think to do that to a human being at 17, then you've probably got badness running through you. If I'm right, hopefully he'll step out of line very shortly and he'll be again hopefully for the rest of his days. But, if he has reformed, and I do hope he has, you never know, he might contribute something to society. But I don't know, I was disappointed when he got out, but as I say, who am I to be disappointed? I'm nobody really, but I don't know. I'm one of these that believe if you take a life, and it's proven without doubt that you've taken that life, you should be in prison for the rest of your days, really. Helen and I think it was her 3 daughters have lost a father there. They're never going to get him back. If Swellings has got a mum and dad, which I'm assuming he has, they're going to get their son back. He never went away. Well, he went away on Her Majesty's, but they could always visit him, and now they've got him full time if they want him. I don't know. It just left a bit of a bad taste. Sort of almost like the whole episode now comes to a conclusion. Well, I hope I hear nothing else about him in the press, in the media for the rest of my days, because that means that he's not stepped out of line, and hopefully he's towing the line, and hopefully he has been reformed. But we'll see. I've rambled a bit there, haven't I? I'm not meant to. Don't know. It upset me at the time when it happened. It upset me at the time. Then again, I say it upset me. God only knows what it did to his wife and kiddies. Anyway, I'll leave that with you. So yeah, Adam Swellings out, I think this week, from prison after I think something like 17 years, on parole, on a licence I think, a tag or whatever it may be. Let's hope he's turned a corner.